Rice is one of the most eaten foods on Earth. Over half the world's population depends on it as a dietary staple, and Americans alone consume roughly 25 pounds of it per person every year. But here's the thing. Most people cook their rice the exact same way every time. Water, rice, heat, done. What if adding one cheap, common pantry ingredient could make your rice fluffier, safer to eat, and actually better for your body? That ingredient is vinegar. And once you hear what it does, you'll never cook rice the same way again. Number 1. It lowers your blood sugar response. This is a big one, especially if you are watching your blood sugar or you are pre-diabetic. White rice has a high glycemic index, which means it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar after you eat it. But studies have shown that when vinegar is consumed alongside high glycemic foods like rice, it can reduce that blood sugar spike by more than 25%. Here's how it works. The acetic acid in vinegar slows down the enzymes that break down carbohydrates in your digestive system. This means the starch from the rice gets converted into glucose more gradually, rather than flooding your bloodstream all at once. It also improves your body's insulin sensitivity, helping your cells respond more efficiently to the sugar that does enter your blood. This is one of the reasons sushi rice has been seasoned with vinegar for centuries in Japan, and it turns out there is real science backing that tradition. Number 2. It makes your rice perfectly fluffy. We've all been there. You cook a pot of rice and it comes out gummy, sticky, or clumped together in one big, starchy brick. Vinegar fixes that. When you add a small splash of vinegar to your cooking water, the acetic acid interacts with the starch molecules on the surface of the rice grains. It slows down a process called starch gelatinization, which is basically what makes your rice turn into a gooey mess. The result? Each grain stays separate, light, and fluffy. This trick works especially well with long grain varieties like basmati and jasmine. Professional chefs have been doing this for years. Chef Abhishek Sharma of Madam G Ki Shadi in New York City recommends using about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon of vinegar per cup of rice. You won't even taste it, but you'll absolutely notice the difference in texture. Number 3. It helps fight harmful bacteria. Here's something most people don't know. Cooked rice is actually one of the riskier foods when it comes to food poisoning. A bacterium called Bacillus cereus is commonly found in uncooked rice, and its spores can survive the cooking process. If cooked rice is left sitting at room temperature for too long, those spores can germinate and produce toxins that cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. This is sometimes called fried rice syndrome, and it is more common than you'd think. Adding vinegar to your rice lowers its pH, creating an acidic environment where harmful bacteria struggle to grow. This is exactly why sushi restaurants acidify their rice with vinegar. It is not just for flavor, it is a food safety measure required by health codes. According to the US Food Code, sushi rice must be acidified to a pH of 4.6 or below to control the growth of dangerous spore-forming bacteria. When rice is acidified to a pH of around 4.2, studies have shown that both Bacillus cereus and Clostridium perfringens are completely eliminated within 12 hours at room temperature. Vinegar doesn't just add flavor or change texture. It can actually help your body pull more nutrition out of the food you eat. The acetic acid in vinegar enhances your body's ability to absorb certain minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and zinc. These are essential nutrients that support everything from bone health to immune function. So when you pair vinegar-seasoned rice with nutrient-rich sides like vegetables, beans, or fish, your body is better equipped to actually use those nutrients rather than just passing them through. It's a small change that quietly boosts the nutritional value of your entire meal. Number 5. It acts as a natural preservative. If you like to meal prep or cook large batches of rice ahead of time, this one's for you. Vinegar's acidity creates an environment that slows the growth of bacteria and mold, so your cooked rice stays fresher longer in the fridge. Cultures around the world have used vinegar as a food preservative for centuries, long before refrigeration existed, and the science backs it up. Research has confirmed that vinegar's antimicrobial properties make it an effective and natural way to extend the shelf life of foods. Instead of tossing leftover rice after a day or two because it smells off, rice that was cooked with a bit of vinegar can maintain its quality for several days when stored properly in the fridge. That means less food waste and more bang for your grocery buck. Number 6. It may support heart health. Early research suggests that regularly consuming small amounts of vinegar may have a positive effect on your cardiovascular system. Some studies have found that acetic acid can help lower cholesterol and triglyceride levels over time. High levels of both are major risk factors for heart disease, which remains the #1 killer in America. While the research is still developing and more large-scale human trials are needed, the early findings are promising. Adding a splash of vinegar to your rice is not going to replace your doctor's advice, but it is one of those small, easy habits that may contribute to better heart health over the long haul. If you are trying to watch your weight, vinegar might give you a subtle edge. Research has shown that consuming vinegar with a meal increases feelings of fullness, satiety. When you feel satisfied after eating, you are less likely to reach for snacks or go back for seconds. Over time, this reduction in overall calorie intake can contribute to gradual weight loss. 1 to 2 tablespoons of vinegar with a meal appears to be the sweet spot, according to several studies. And since vinegar itself is virtually calorie-free, it is one of the easiest additions you can make to a meal without adding to your daily calorie count. Number 8. It reduces stickiness and prevents rice from sticking to the pot. Anyone who has ever had to soak a pot overnight because rice was cemented to the bottom knows this pain. Vinegar acts as a rinsing agent during cooking. It strips away excess surface starch from the rice grains, the stuff that causes grains to stick together and glue themselves to the pot. That means easier cleanup, less wasted rice scraped off the bottom of the pan, and a more enjoyable eating experience overall. It is a small thing, but if you cook rice regularly, it adds up. Here's the best part about this whole trick. It costs almost nothing and takes zero extra effort. A bottle of white vinegar costs a couple of dollars and lasts for months. All you have to do is add about 1 tablespoon of vinegar per 2 cups of cooking water before you turn on the heat. That's it. You can use white vinegar for a neutral flavor, apple cider vinegar for a hint of sweetness, or rice vinegar for a more subtle, traditional taste. Just be careful not to overdo it. Too much vinegar can overpower the rice and potentially irritate your stomach. A small splash is all it takes to get the benefits without changing the flavor of your dish. A quick word of caution. While the benefits of cooking rice with vinegar are well supported, it is important not to go overboard. Consuming excessive amounts of vinegar over time can potentially damage tooth enamel due to its acidity, and in rare cases, very high intake has been associated with lower potassium levels. If you have acid reflux or a sensitive stomach, start with a smaller amount and see how your body reacts. As with anything, moderation is key. So, the next time you are about to cook a pot of rice, reach for that bottle of vinegar sitting in your pantry. A tiny splash can improve the texture, boost the safety, and quietly enhance the health benefits of one of the world's most popular foods. It is one of those rare kitchen hacks that actually lives up to the hype. This channel is all about sharing useful, common-sense tips that help you stop wasting things and stretch your money further. We post many more ideas like this, so if you find these videos helpful, subscribe and stay up to date, and your wallet will thank you.